Hey Alan, how you doing? I just recorded some quick footage tonight, and I thought I'd give you an update on how I'm doing. Interesting to note, I haven't pumped anything into Vitality, which has freed me up to do Vigor, Attunement, and Endurance where I need to, and now I've been focusing strictly on Intelligence and Faith for a while now. So you're going to see in this video, my damage is pretty crazy, and because I went hard to get all the tomes, I can use Dark or Fire. So I hope you enjoy the video. Right, so I didn't actually record myself while I was doing this, so I will do a voiceover and give you my after opinion of watching it. So we're feeling pretty good here. We hadn't really used the fire hole. We've been using fire a lot, but we hadn't really tested it on anything crazy. And so I felt pretty good about that shot right there. It was kind of crazy. I don't want these guys to pick their shields up because I know that'll block some of my fire damage. So I just wait for him to turn around and then I edge walk up, hit him with the fire, and carry on our way to the dancer. I'm not really sure how this fight's gonna go, but I know I can't summon anyone until I at least die here and reactivate this area. So I know she's weak to darkness, and so we pull out the dark sword. We take out chaos just in case I accidentally switch to it. And I've been swapping the armor around a lot and messing with things. As you can see there, we've got Great Swamp Ring and the Witch's Ring, which boosts our pyro by I think 32 to 35%, something like that. And we've got the Sage's Ring, which basically gives us 30 points of virtual dexterity. So we cast our flames a lot faster. And I'll probably start pumping into dexterity now, because I do want to be able to use Astora's Greatsword. And so I'm pretty sure what I'm going to end up doing with that is upping the dexterity to probably to 20, because there is a soft cap of casting speed at level 50. And then I was rocking the Ring of Favor. So those are the rings we've had on for a while. And they seem to be working out pretty well. We took off the Dust Crown Ring because it took a pretty significant chunk of HP away. So here we go. I remember at this point, I'm not sure how this fight's gonna go because Dancer can kind of be erratic, and using my pyro takes a significant amount of endurance away, of stamina away. And so I want to be careful, but I always get real riled up in these boss battles. And so I'm just going to go ahead and let you watch it. So as you can see, I'm kind of just trying to play it slow. I'm trying to focus on attacking only after she does an attack or gives me a nice opening. And it's working out pretty well. I got tagged a few times there, but I think that was just kind of my warm-up into the fight. I felt pretty comfortable after that Estus chug, and especially just, I was doing so much damage. And I've sort of figured out in the game when I can make a throw with fire or dark after, like, I can roll after I do that throw. So I was feeling pretty good. And so I meant to do Quiet Resolve here, but there's a dancer fight, easy peasy. Right, and so we carried on from the dancer and took down Oseros pretty easily. That whole consumed garden was ridiculously easy with Chaos Bed Vestiges, and I was able to pump a good bit of points into Intelligence and Faith. And so, I mean, you can see I'm doing some pretty good damage here. We start off pretty nice. We get a little nervous, and Gunder senses our nervousness. And this is a problem I usually have with Gunder by myself, is he usually just puts up so much on Swordmaster that I can't really stop, I can't really pull the aggro off of him. And he seems, sometimes he's kind of erratic with who he targets. You can see there he decides to go to Swordmaster, but he didn't get hit or anything. And I miss a couple fireballs and I get hit and tagged. Swordmaster's dead. I'm nervous. It's hard to cast the pyro when you don't have a body take an aggro for you, because it just takes a minute to cast. And that was our first attempt. And so we decided to hop back in right away. We put a message up on the Facebook to see if anyone wanted to come help out, and so we're just waiting for him and his summon sign to pop in. And so I give you a quick little update of the stats. I was able to pump a few more into Intelligence and Faith, which is good for our damage output, because Gunder is not weak to fire or dark, whereas the dancer was very weak to dark, so we had an advantage against her. But with Gunder, we're just going to have to trade blows and trade the aggro with Swordmaster and with our buddy. And so we just wait for him to show up, and eventually he does. So woohoo, he's here! We've got Swordmaster, we've got this guy, and he's clearly some kind of beefy tank, which is good for us, because earlier you saw we had 8 vitality, which is kind of pathetic. So we've been rocking literally whatever armor we can with whatever resistances we can. And so this is attempt number 2. Gunder's pretty predictable with that swing, and so we kind of just wait for them to take the aggro, and then we just start peppering in with some fireballs. And we're doing some good damage. I'm pretty happy with it, and it's just a matter of keeping our FP up, and if he decides to come and hit us and aggro us, then we just need to be ready. And so I had a little bit of a scare there, because I thought that was the guy that we had called in. And so started panic rolling a little bit, but then I kind of chilled out a bit. Gunder's really predictable with that big old run up and swing, and I knew he'd do a couple of things there. That kick to the face with the fireball, I think we're gonna maybe we can copy and paste that or something, but I mean, just let's see if we can slow that one down for you. And so, I mean, this whole sequence right here, he is just, it looks like he's on me. I know he's going for that. I know he's going to follow up with that attack and try to hit me one more time. So I just do my natural triple, but then he goes after the other guy, which I thought was weird. But then he immediately follows up with a kickback at me. And so it turns out he was aggroed onto me the whole time, but I had already started my pyro throw, and so there was nothing I could do, and I screamed at that moment because I thought that we were about to get kicked in the face. But we ended up pulling it out, real easy fight with someone to help, and so that was today's adventure. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.